Hey guys, Harv here, and welcome to the International YouTube Space Station. This, for those of you who have been living under a metaphorical internet rock, is a big space station put together from modules from many different YouTubers. You can see the grand scale of this thing. Oh wow, look how big it is. I've been waiting for a long time to put my module on this. Unfortunately, I may have wasted a bit too long, but I'll talk about that in the future. At the present, right now, we can enjoy the sight of this massive thing. There's Danny's mass relay on there, those two massive engines. There's Scott Manley's, big strut thing, which is a pain in the absolute thing. And there is an open docking port. That is a perfect place for us to put my module. Speaking of that, what is my module? Okay, let's build something. Right. I do actually have a plan in mind, so let's go ahead. This is because it is far easier. It is far easier to do a docking with a crew, and B, advanced SAS. Now I'm not going to put advanced SAS on the ship. I'm not going to leave it docked there because that's it can cause problems, because all the different advanced SAS that are no doubt already there will be fighting it out, saying, this is the correct way to be, no, this is the correct way, no, this is the correct... And things start shaking and wobbling. What am I going to build? I'm going to keep it a secret. I'm going to try and let you guys figure it out. In the comment section, tell me your time when you figured it out. That would be a fun thing to do if everyone wouldn't cheat. So yes, we have a big central stack, and we are putting two big surfaces out to the side, massive wing connectors they are. Call this HOCgaming, as the rules state. The International YouTube Space Station is being run and managed by Ryan the Solar Gamer, and I think Try Dying to Live also had a part in it, but I've been in contact with him. He was the one who sent me the save file and everything. So there'll be a link in the description to his video. Meanwhile, back in the VAB, here we are, making this thing. We need to put some boundaries around the edge, I think, of these big, massive wing connector things, big surfaces. And then we can copy, put another one there. And, oh look, we've got edges. Probably should have done that beforehand. There we go. We're making an entire fence kind of around this area. You could call it a fence, some sort of barrier, certainly. Take it there. Now this is clearly the active side, but we're just going to quickly check. There is around 30 parts to this thing at the moment, the budget being 50. Now, bearing in mind, it's 50 that get docked to it, and I have 8 in that escape system up there. That's crew. We're going to take them back out, so as to not clutter up the space station with unnecessary advanced SAS. But the active side being used, we might as well do something useful with those remaining parts we have, so we'll put some solar panels on the back. In fact, if we just support this thing, take it to the launch pad, and we'll see how that looks so far. Yeah, it looks pretty... yeah, they're the wrong way around. Silly Harvey indeed. Go back to the VAB, we'll change that around, change the other one. It's going weird because I was holding the strut. Never mind, copy it over, put it back, and we shall test again. This is just so the station has a bit more of a use. There we go, that looks nice, doesn't it? The length is actually pretty suitable, I have to say. It's a lot better than I was hoping for. Okay, so what do I want to do to change this? Actually, I've just had a thought. This is a massive tank in the middle. I think it doesn't really need fuel. The station doesn't... It has enough fuel, I think, and it's not really going anywhere, is it? If you think about it, look how big it was. That is not going anywhere fast. So we'll slim that down, makes it a bit more realistic, I have to say, for what I'm going for. There are several really good modules already on the station. There's the mass relay, the massive double cannons that Danny put on there. There's the hotel that Chicken Keeper put on there. Very much like that hotel idea. Very much like that hotel idea. Returning back to the matter at hand, I'm putting some solar panels down the middle. Some solar panels. And the image is kind of forming for you guys now, I hope. Look at that. Folded out. There's gaps in the middle, admittedly, but I have to say that looks rather like a pitch, doesn't it? Some sort of badminton or maybe tennis pitch. That's what I'm going for here. Look at this. I have big surfaces and I've got my nets in the middle. It's for zero gravity ping pong, zero gravity badminton, zero gravity high jump, zero gravity, yeah, stuff. It's a sports pitch, damn it. It's supposed to go with the hotel, okay? And it's not very resistant to falling. We may have to improve that, but yes, zero gravity. And what else? What does a sports pitch need but massive floodlights? We have the budget. We are way under budget. I didn't want to put too many items on this, knowing how big the station already is. I think we ended up with about 30 in total. Probably, no. By the end of it, we ended up with a lot less than 30 actually docked. But we have that to come about now. There we go. Big illumination and solar panels and a net. This is a court. Come on, it's like a tennis court and anti-gravity and stuff. But it's still no more resistant to falling. Oh well. We'll probably just ignore that. Yes, parts, we have... I missed that then. But we have oh so many parts. We are under budget, certainly. There are 8 parts in that escape system, as I said. Now, what I'm doing here is stupid. I'm trying to find out where to put the RCS thrusters. So I took off the escape pod, and just to get the proper weight, the centre of mass. But no, because the entire thing here is being docked, Harvey, including the escape pod. And then the escape pod will go and escape afterwards. But, oh well, we get close enough anyway. I just put one in each corner. Seems fairly logical, doesn't it? It did to me at the time, certainly. So yeah, one in each corner, that's 4 thrusters. There we go. Now I build the ship, right? You've seen me build ships before. And look at this! You haven't seen me do that before, have you? Bam! Okay, what's going on here? You can see there's a massive strut out the side. I tried to counteract the weight, try and put a little strut on it. 129 parts in total. Most of that is the launch stage. Let's try again. Let's just, maybe it was fluke. No, it wasn't fluke. Bergen Kerman, thank you for your service. Let's take off those side barriers. I mean, it's an anti-gravity pitch, right? If they wanted to jump out the side, then they would be able to do it. Okay? So I took them off, and it seems to be fine until it starts turning. I left those 2 on just because I thought I might see if it really is them. But take them off now, try again, with our flat pitch, no barriers of any sort, and it flies completely fine. I guess we're on our way then, on our way to take up this sports pitch thingy, majobby. We're going to take it up and dock it to the International YouTube Space Station. At least I did. And I can tell you, I had a relatively hard time. I mean, I overbuilt this launcher just because I know this design works and it can lift fairly heavy payloads, but you can tell we really didn't need this much fuel. But that wasn't the problem. The problem was actually doing the docking. It took a total of 13 minutes. That's from detaching from our booster stage and going RCS only, about 100 meters away. You'll see in the video, I better not talk about it right now. But yeah, it took 30 minutes. That was a fun 30 minutes. Yeah. It was okay. It was worth it. I need to leave my mark on YouTube history, so it was absolutely worth it. What we're doing now, we didn't wait for a launch window because that was a test. Will you stop honking? God, there's a lorry, something outside. Do they not know I'm recording? God. But yes, what was I saying? I got interrupted by that goddamn lorry. Yes, we didn't wait for a launch window because we were doing a test and it turned out to be working. So let's line up our inclination. We can get rid of that main booster stage. There we go. Inclination is fine now. We still have that big strut hanging out the side, just sitting there. Hey guys, just hanging here. Just take me along for the ride. Something I forgot to do was put drones on them so that I could deorbit them successfully. But no matter. Because each HOCgaming part comes equipped with automatic self-destruct. Isn't that cheating? I mean, brilliant. That's the word. Yeah, we've done a test. It seems to be working fine. But we need to warp round, and that does take a while. Not too long, because we have time acceleration. Just catch it up, getting ever closer around here. We're getting just a bit closer. And I think I want to definitely boost into a higher orbit. Because we are very low and we will end up passing it by if we go too much further without acting. So burn up a little and burn prograde, trying to increase the apoapsis near enough. That's a 13.8 kilometer separation, and it is still in front of us at that point, so that's fine. We'll keep that how it is. Warp up to the apoapsis, getting ever closer, and at the apoapsis we'll spin back around, point prograde once more to increase into a roughly circular orbit. There we go. Try and get a bit of a closer encounter, but it seems to actually be getting... No, it's getting closer. What's that? 8.8 kilometers? 7.9 kilometers? Not quite close enough. Hoping to try and do more adjustments. There we go. 7.6, 7.4, 6.5, 4, 4.4 kilometers. That's pretty close. If I warp into there, we can probably just point in its general direction and perhaps get a bit closer. So there we are, pointing around this way, trying to do some adjustments. What's that? 18.5, 2.2 kilometers. Perfect. Let's warp around. Man, that was quick, wasn't it? 2.7, in fact. Again, burning towards it. This is not the main part. The main part comes now. You saw those skipped frames, didn't you? 2 kilometers. I wonder at what time it starts rendering in parts. I think it's 2 kilometers away, personally. But come on, I mean, this is almost back to real time now, so you can tell I wasn't having too much of a problem. Pretty fluid. So what we'll do first, we'll go in and we'll go straight down. The problem I've discovered, just discovered right now, twofold actually, two problems. A, side-mounted RCS thrusters cannot traverse me laterally, meaning I can't translate to the left or to the right, which means I have to spin the ship around and go up and down in the correct location. That's a problem. And the second problem being that I can't use advanced SAS in conjunction with RCS because it shakes everything around madly. So that advanced SAS unit is pointless. Those are the two limiting factors I have, but never mind, I can work around that. I mean, it's not like there's any lag here. I think this is 1 speed actually, so this is what I was seeing pretty much. You can see there's hardly any lag whatsoever. Yeah, hardly any lag. So we're getting closer. 62 meters, 60, 61, 61.4, you know, we're getting there, put it that way, and I'm managing. I've swapped it over to chase camera view. I'm trying to look for the ship now, actually. I couldn't just see it, and now swapping back, it's actually deselected my target, so I have no idea exactly how far away I am. Going to eyeball it, but that's not a problem. Okay, so just need to point down. I mean, we have this big massive sail, so it's a bit cumbersome, but we do have the RCS thrusters allowing us to go forwards and backwards, certainly. I mean, just going up and down. You can see I'm turning around to try and get in the correct place for an adjustment, or just doing a fancy spin, God knows. There we go, get the target set back. But yes, I can go forwards and backwards and up and down perfectly well, so it shouldn't be too hard to get this thing on its way. We're getting ever closer. Can take a bit of a closer look at our destination target thingy-majobby. The hotel is on the opposite side, just down there. Ideally, I would have put it directly along it, but I didn't have the chance to do that. But, oh well, there just wasn't a docking port available, you see. This is perfect. I mean, come on, what's more fun? You wake up in your hotel, and then you, like, jump out the side and swing your way around to have a game of anti-gravity tennis. Or zero-gravity tennis. Whatever. God, I think it's a good module. Alright, bring this in. Having a bit of trouble, seeing as I can't actually translate to left or right. And I realised too late that spinning using RCS to try and get myself into the correct position actually pushes me in one direction. So I see I'm going down this way, so I think, okay, I'll turn around and adjust for that. And then I turn around and adjust, and it sends me going in a different direction. Not perfect, is it? No, not quite. So, swapping back down to... This is what I actually saw, by the way. You can see I was being sarcastic. Yeah, this is what I was seeing. It is the lag. The lag is terrible, actually, isn't it? You can see why it took me 30 minutes to get this far. But we're getting closer. We are getting ever closer. It's just I keep on messing up because trying to get this target 2 points in space together, damn it. Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, that's that is what I was dealing with. I'm sounding really pissed off. Oops, sorry, swearing. Cut it out, Harvey. Ding, shiny ding sound effect. I sound really annoyed. Can you tell why? Hopefully you guys won't have taken to the comment section already, because now you feel like fools. Going, oh, that's not very laggy. Yeah, okay, I understand. This probably isn't very laggy for some people. How many of you have actually got into this position, I wonder? Where you... I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just not going to talk about it. Right, back to 2 times speed for a bit more of a pleasant experience. This is where we actually get the docking sorted. Isn't that nice? Bringing it in. My camera view is adjusted as far down as possible just so I can get a good perspective. But I think with some minor adjustments I am actually on course to dock. Just bring it down to the left a bit. Oh, wait, can't translate. Hey, that rhymes. I should be a rapper. There we go! The magnetism. Oh, thank the magnetism. Thank the Kerbal gods for magnetism. Now you'll notice that the entire space station starts spinning around. This may be a normal occurrence for a space station, but for one this size, that is mildly worrying. For those of you who've watched my other videos, you'll know exactly what this is. Ah, look at that, my module. It's all bent. It's all, and then when you come out of time warp, it starts shaking around madly. We saw this in the IYSS probes, the episode 5 of the International Subscriber Space Station, where I docked that laterally mounted probe on, and it actually went into a weird kink and started shaking wildly. Turns out my modular's done this. So you can imagine my position. After 30 minutes of frustrating docking at about 1 frame per second, I think it's... no, it can't be that bad. It was at least 2 frames per second, so it's all fine. Yes, after 30 minutes of that, now to find out that my entire thing could be screwing up the entire station, but don't worry, Harvey. Don't worry about it. You're absolutely fine. Look, there it is. In all its glory. At a weird angle, but nonetheless, they now have 0G entertainment. What space station could ask for more? Honestly, it is truly a wonderful sight, is it not? Let me see if I can actually turn on these sections. I set the parts for it as 5 and 6. Oh wait, we'll do that later. Forgive me. Yes, escape pod. Sorry, I forgot there was a person in there. Oh wait, switch to that decoupler and end its flight, and we'll swap back to that escape pod. Yes, I set the action groups for the solar panels and the lights as 5 and 6, I believe. Because come on, who uses 5 and 6 in an action group? Turns out no one, which is very lucky actually. I could have screwed everything up. We'll see it again in its full glory, but for now, let's just get a little while away from it. There we go. And we shall pivot around, point to retrograde. We are only using an ant engine, but I feel that's more than sufficient. We do have 2 toroidal tanks, and this thing is very small, so it doesn't use all that much fuel. Now here we are, well out of the way of the space station. Just burning retrograde. We can even time accelerate. I mean, come on, it's not like ooh, bye. I almost had a heart attack when I was recording this. How many things have gone wrong? It took 30 minutes to do, so I was pretty frustrated. And then everything went a bit crazy and kinky, and things started shaking madly, so I thought I'd ruined it. I wasted 30 minutes. And then now, having reassured myself that I hadn't, I nearly hit the space station. This is one of the most satisfying episodes I've ever commentated, let me tell you. Just watching it now, it doesn't seem half as bad or half as incompetent as I felt when I did it. The ant engine works fine with those 2 toroidal tanks, and in fact we have loads of fuel left. We could have done it with just 1. Probably would have been... it wouldn't have been that much easier, to be truthful. Coming into the atmosphere, we've lowered our periapsis sufficiently within the atmosphere to actually let the drag slow us down to a near stop, at least, slow us down to less than orbital speed, put it that way. We still have to make sure that we don't plummet into the ground at 100 meters per second, but that is a problem that we shall fix with that parachute we have right there. There we go, slowing down. Our parabola is curving. Our trajectory is curving down. Oh, excuse me. And we can open the parachute. About now, maybe. Harvey, deploy chute! Oh man. Yeah, the space didn't work. So I like opened it and I deploy parachute. Deploy parachute. Deploy. That was a very nearly a mission failure. Man, so many things nearly gone wrong, but everything turned out just fine. This was one of my this is one of my favorite episodes to record. One of my least favorite episodes to actually play. But never mind. Here we have the International YouTube Space Station in all its glory, with the several wacky different modules that our fellow YouTubers have been putting on this thing, and with my proud zero gravity entertainment facility. Oh god, look at that. Turns out, I've turned on the lights, the massive illuminator that one guy did. I can't remember his name. Really should remember his name. But yeah, someone put an illuminator on it, and it makes everything glow white. But there we go, there is the sports pitch. I mean, there is one problem with it, and that's that the solar panels actually adjust to point at the sun, but that adds a bit more challenge to the game, doesn't it? Surely. And that is the end. So, if you enjoyed the episode, if you liked the episode, please do like the video. Thank you very much for watching. There is a link in the description to all the other episodes of the International YouTube Space Station. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.